Humans are a well-oiled system of biological mechanisms to keep the body alive and a brain to navigate the outside world. The mind and body work together seamlessly to perform actions that benefit the whole system. If the body needs water, it'll make the mind feel thirsty. The body can't seek out water on its own, so the mind inputs actions of getting up, going to search for a pond, filling a cup, and drinking. Now, we don't live in the caveman era. Our human systems have responsibility and a lot more to do to keep ourselves hygienic and happy in this society. The mind knows it should probably brush its hair and present itself as tidy. The mind inputs these actions of walking, seeking out a brush, picking up a brush, brushing, every day. Eventually the body goes, well, this routine must be kind of important and benefiting the system, so I'm just gonna learn it for you and prepare for next time. I'll free up some thinking space for the mind so it can develop more routines to keep us safe and healthy. The mind is very bumptious. It likes being in control and not listening. The body could be screaming, go and seek water now, you're shriveling. But the mind goes, nah, wait a few more minutes. I've decided sitting and feeling comfortable is more important than keeping the system in peak condition. In fact, I'm going to introduce activities that are actually detrimental to the health of this system, because I can. Let's take up smoking. Let's skip showering. The body, very naive, likes listening, likes following orders. It takes these inputs of picking up a cigarette, skipping the bathroom before bed as new routines that must be benefiting the system, because why else would we be doing them? The body goes ahead, learns the behaviour, the mind doesn't have to give much input anymore. Ooh, new habit acquired. So, assuming you aren't severely catatonic, if the body needs water, the mind knows if it gets water, it'll feel satisfied and the effort spent to get that water doesn't need to be justified. The satisfaction from feeling hydrated overrides the comfort you were feeling sitting on the couch. That's kinda where the mind likes to base all its decisions on, huh? If I get up and go do the dishes, does the effort spent and satisfaction I'll get after completing them override the level of comfort I'm feeling right now? That's where the body tries to help the mind. You've done the dishes so many times, the body's learnt it as a behaviour and routine, you don't have to think about it anymore. As soon as the mind stops trying to justify the effort, comfort, satisfaction scale, and just lets the body take over as it knows the routine, it'll get it done without using much brain power. You literally use more brain power trying to justify whether they need to be done right now or how long it'll take. Have you ever been so into a song, grooving out, and you look down and suddenly the whole dishes are done? You're like, what? I don't remember doing that. Man, good job, body. Thanks for doing that. Thanks for taking one for the team. Why stress about the dishes so much when that was so easy? It required minimal physical effort and only took one song. Oh, because I, the mind, have stressed so much about everything and anything that the body has learned it as a behaviour to benefit the system. The body goes, hey, you stress so much. Let me take that as one of my responsibilities and free up some more of your space. Oh, the mind doesn't have to give much input to stress anymore. The body's got that covered. But, well, I don't want to stress anymore. I, the mind, know it's not beneficial. The body, very good at learning, very bad at unlearning. How could I somehow re-input actions that override the stress routine? What I decided to do was spectate my mind and body as a third entity almost. What I found was I would stress about a specific task, maybe a specific action in that task. Like, oh, gotta put the clothes in the dryer. And literally as I'm picturing or stressing about picking up the clothes, I'm in the middle of opening the lids, cleaning the lint filter. Like, wait, hang on, you're stressing about this specific action while you're in the middle of this other action that requires similar effort? Why have you decided to stress about that part and not this part? And I was in awe of how many things I found I did while preoccupied about something else. Stressing about opening up this container and getting the food out while in the middle of opening the fridge and grabbing the container. Stressing about going to the bathroom and pulling down my pants while I paid no attention to walking down the hallway, opening and shutting multiple doors. So again, why is that specific task the thing you chose to stress about? So I was like, if I, the mind, point out every similar task of similar effort that I don't stress about to the body when it stresses about the counterpart, could that start to rewipe the stress routine into a no-stress routine? Putting the unlearning of stressing into actions that the body can understand. The mind can understand words. My third entity, me, can tell my mind to behave better, but the body won't listen that way. It's gotta be like third wise voice of reason me, shout the mind into gear to input the body on the right track. What got me thinking about all this stuff was, say I've done a terrible mistake or a big event's coming up. I will stress over it, worry all day, it takes up all my mind space. I notice I go through the day and do the dishes and fold clothes just fine, things I would usually stress about. I'm so caught up stressing about this big thing that I don't need to stress about these smaller mundane things. Then, when I've gotten over this big event I've been stressing about, everything goes back to baseline. The body goes, well, stress is a routine that we've learned and we're not currently stressing about something. Find something to stress about! Stress! Dishes! Clothes! Ah! So I was like, okay, we actually did things we like to stress about just fine, without stressing at all, for a whole day. It's proving that we don't need to stress about such small things. They're not stressful. What if we could go through the day without stressing about anything at all? You've proven you can do the activities without stressing, just don't be thinking about something else. I, third self-wise me, literally speak to my mind and body all the time now to try and reinforce the unlearning of the stressing behavior. It's super fun. It's super cool just noticing things and paying more attention to what I, the mind, do versus the subconscious versus the body versus what I'm actually inputting versus what is ingrained in me. Why don't you give it a go? Be more present. Be more mindful. The body has kindly learnt your behaviors and routines, so you can think more about improving your well-being in life. Don't waste that real estate on pointless thoughts. Stop stressing. Live! Live! I've been sick, can you tell? I'm so tired. Bedtime.